Primaries underway today in 4 different states. Democrats especially focus on the Midwest, holding on to control in Minnesota and upending Republicans in Wisconsin. That's the hope. RNC Chairman Ronna McDaniel with me now, and good morning to you. What are you looking at today? Scott Walker survived 3 different lives. He's fighting for a 4th in Wisconsin. What do you think, Ronna?
Well, there's no better campaigner than Scott Walker, and he's been a fantastic governor. I think he obviously is going to have a win today, and he's going to have a tough election. He always does, but he always comes through. We're going to be watching Wisconsin. We're going to be watching Paul Ryan's race. In Minnesota, we have opportunities to pick up some seats in the House in the 1st and the 8th district. So we're very optimistic that we can flip some seats in Minnesota. And, of course, we've got some Senate races in Minnesota as well. And I think Tina Smith is somebody we'll be looking at closely. Karen Housley is a great challenger and has an opportunity to flip that seat.
I know you look at turnout very closely. How would you categorize Republican turnout to date in these primaries?
You know, in California, we had higher turnout in 6 of the 7 target districts. That's obviously a battleground state for the Democrats. It's their path to the majority. In Ohio, we had higher turnout in Georgia and South Carolina. In these specials, it's been harder to gauge because it's in the summer and off years. But the turnout across these primaries, we have been matching the enthusiasm of the Democrats, and I expect we'll do that in November as well.
It is clear the strategy is shaping up to go after Nancy Pelosi, and to a lesser degree, I guess, Maxine Waters from the clip we just heard from the president. Is that the pathway to keeping the majority in the House, do you believe?
Well, it is something that energizes our base to look at Nancy Pelosi and how out of touch she is. She called these tax cuts and these bonuses and these higher paychecks that people are feeling crumbs. She said the tax cuts were going to be Armageddon. And then you look at Maxine Waters, who has already called for impeachment proceedings. She has called for violence and crowds to assemble around cabinet members or officials of the Republican Party. That's not where we want our country to go. So they represent the extreme of the Democrat Party. They represent what leadership would mean in that party. And then you contrast that with the results that you've seen from Republican leadership, results that have benefited Americans across this country with higher wages and better lives. So I think it's a good contrast, and it's a winning formula.
At the beginning of that comment, you said it fires up the base.
Yeah.
And it might bring you some votes, but does it bring you victory, do you believe, that strategy?
Well, you always need your base first, right, Bill? And then you go to independence. And when we go to independence and we make the economic arguments and we talk about where this country is compared to where it was 2 years ago, there's a compelling case for independence to look at what Republicans have done. Listen, it's about results, not resistance. That's what we're focusing on in this midterm. Democrats are only offering resistance. We're talking about results for the American people. I think the American people will favor results.
Thank you very much, Ronna McDaniel. We'll see how it goes tonight, okay? You bet. Thank you for that from the RNC. Primaries underway in 4 different states right now.